Just wondering, we talked a little bit about your finishing the other week, and it was a little jokey, but you've had some time now some reps to go through some of the film and 2 days off here. Where do you think you're at in your pick and roll game right now? Whether that's as an attacker and a scorer, or whether it's that next step in your development as a passer in those situations.
Um, I feel good. I mean, I feel good about where I'm at. I'm never too good to get better. I try to continue to get better each and every day, each and every game. So there's a lot of room for improvement, obviously, but I feel like I'm making the right reads and I'm making the right progressions, and um, I feel like I'm making the plays I need to make. And there's always room for improvement. So I continue to look at mistakes I make and different things that don't go well and the things that do go well. So just got to keep working at it, and I'm confident that that'll be a big part of my game going forward. Obviously.
And can we expect that shut up and wear your mask shirt at fevshop.com soon, or what?
Yeah, I don't know. That got. I saw that get blown up a little bit yesterday. That wasn't my doing, so I could thank Duncan for that. But yeah, that was just a heat of the moment thing in the game. When got to get used to having fans again. Well, I don't have to get used to it now, but at that time, it was taking a little getting used to having people scream at you again.
Cool. Thanks, Fred.
Thank you.
Next question goes to Doug Smith from the Toronto Star.
Afternoon, Fred. How you doing?
I'm good, Doug. How are you?
I'm all right, thank you. We're going to be talking to Stanley here in a couple minutes. I just want to get your impressions of a guy who basically doesn't play for a year, comes into camp and probably doesn't figure into the top 8 in the rotation, and all of a sudden is asked to play and plays well. What's it say about a guy to be able to do that and accept the bad parts and perform when the good parts come?
Stan has been great, man. He's been awesome. I think probably ever since the bubble last year, he started to figure it out. I think he struggled a little bit with his role and with the way that we do things here when he first got here. And it took some time because he is such a talented player. It took some time for him to, warm up to the idea of what we needed him to be. But I would say probably ever since the bubble, just getting time to spend around him every day and learn him more, learn his story. And he's been great ever since. So he had a great attitude coming into camp. He's been healthy this year. He was not very healthy last year. And he's been healthy, and he comes to work every day. He's here early, stays late, and he's been ready every time that coaches call his number. So he's given us something that we haven't had this year, which is, a defensive spark off the bench at that forward position. So he's been great, and we're going to need him to keep getting better.
Okay, just to shift gears a little bit, I know that shut up and wear your mask is a bit of a joke, but it's another day and there are new protocols and new rules, and you can't go here and you can't go there, and now you can go somewhere else. How do players feel about the ever-changing process, it seems, on what you're allowed to do?
I mean, we're human. We're human, and we all have different emotions and different feelings about it. And you feel differently about it every day. So, I mean, if you're asking me today, I'm not terribly upset about any of the things we have to do. It just kind of is what it is at this point, and we'll try to make the most of it and get through it. It does feel like it's getting a bit much, from that standpoint, like trying to plug holes, which, in a sinking boat. But hopefully we can get through this rough patch here. I think the league anticipated January being a tough spot for us. So hopefully we can get through it and, these protocols work, but just continue to be optimistic and positive about it because it's not changing anytime soon. So either, get with the program or stay home. And I'm at work today.
Thanks very much, Fred, as always. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Next question goes to Michael Grange from Sportsnet.
Hey, Fred. When you talk about always having room to improve, how specific are you in that analysis? Like, you've made big jumps in scoring. Like the box score stats keep getting better year by year. But you're sitting here, you played, 10 out of 10 pretty good games, some really good games. How specific are you on things you want to get better at?
I'm really specific. I'm my biggest critic, and I've always been that way. I'm pretty hard on myself. So every day, I'm looking at film, looking at footage, I'm looking at things where I could get better. It may not be in the sense of how you guys critique the game, just because of perspectives and, the basketball that I've played, it gives me a different outlook on the game. But yeah, I'm really, I go down, I look at numbers, I look at plays, I look at, the analytics, I look at everything. So I try to just find the happy medium and all of that and see. But right now, I mean, I've just been trying to figure out how we can win. It's not really so much about my numbers or what play I can make, because I've had 35 and lost and had 34 and won. So it's like, it's at this point, it's a game by game case study of trying to figure out what plays I need to make to help our team win. It's not really so much about how I'm playing as an individual.
Is there a weakness as you look at how you played, or you look at the film each day? Is there one little play you're struggling with, or that you think you're just on the verge of kind of taking to another level? Like, I'm not talking about numbers. I'm talking about a situation within the game that you think you could master a little more fully.
No, I got some ideas. I don't know if I want to share them with you, but I'm here. I'm
I hope you don't mind me asking.
Yeah, no, that's your job. Do your job, man. And you guys, I'm listening. I'm open ears. So you guys keep critiquing and doing your job, and I'll keep doing my job. And at the end of my career, I'll be the best player I can be. So that's just my approach to it. I critique myself behind closed doors. I'm not going to do it publicly.
Yeah, that's probably a smart approach. Appreciate it, Fred. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Going to do 3 more questions for you, Fred, but if you guys can keep it to 1 each, we'll get through everyone. Stanley is waiting to come on board next. Josh Lewinberg from TSN.
Hey, Fred, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good, thanks. Obviously, a lot of positives on the trip in terms of how you guys are playing. I'm sure you'd like the results to better reflect those positives. Is it difficult to, as a team and as a player, to focus on the process and the idea that you guys are doing a lot of the right things and headed in the right direction when the results don't necessarily reflect that?
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. I think the hardest part here is just the culture that we've built here, and that was built before I got here, is like the loss is such a bad day around here. When you lose a game, the next day sucks, and the next day after that until you win. So when they start to pile up, the mood around losing is just such a sour taste in your mouth that it makes it hard to say, okay, listen, we've been playing well, we've been kicking butt in a lot of these games, and we just got to close this game, or we got to make this play at the end, or 2 shots go in and out of the rim, and some of those shots fall, and we're heroes and we play great. It's just the luck of the draw sometimes. So it definitely makes it difficult, but you just got to stay focused and keep a long-term approach, mindset, and just stay positive and upbeat with each other, and keep and encouraging each other that we're on the right track. Once we start getting some wins, all of the plays that we're making will feel a lot better.
Thanks, Fred. Appreciate it, man. Enjoy the rest of the day.
Thank you.
Next, we go to Eduardo Encina from the Tampa Bay Times.
Hi, Fred. You mentioned that, as you guys return to Tampa, you guys aren't going to be playing in front of fans in the foreseeable future. But, for those few games that you did, it almost felt like you guys were playing on the road in terms of the kind of fans who the fans were rooting for. I mean, you guys are so used to, coming back from a road trip, and, then you come back to Toronto and you have all these fans cheering for you. I mean, was that weird, difficult? I mean, how was that?
No, I mean, we're used to it. We know we got the best fans in the league in Toronto, so we're obviously upset that we can't play in front of those fans, but I think we expected it. I mean, I don't know how many Toronto fans live in Tampa, but if they do live here, they weren't coming to the game. So there wasn't many fans in the building. The ones that were there, we appreciate them. And the fans that came to watch the other teams, we know what it is. We know what it is, and we're used to it. So it was just one of those things where you're reminded of, your place and where things are. And if anything, it gives us a little more juice, you know what I mean? Just that extra chip on your shoulder. But I think it was probably weirder for the other teams, you know what I mean? it's like that for us in regular times. You know, we go to certain cities. Toronto fans travel really well, so you got to be able to take it on both sides.
Thanks, Fred.
Thank you.
Final question goes to William Liu from Yahoo Sports Canada.
Hey, Fred. So of late, it seems like Pascal's really playing really well. He's getting to the free throw line a lot. His assists are up. He got his first career triple-double. What are you seeing from Pascal, especially in the last 5 games, where he's really sort of come into his own a little bit?
I mean, he's just playing. He's playing the way we know he can play. I think, I think whatever extra weight was on him, it doesn't look like it's there anymore. It looks like he's just out there playing and making all the right plays that he needs to make, and playing with a pure heart and a clear mind, and that's what you love to see. And when he's engaged and he's locked in and he's flying around out there, he's one of the top players in this league as we know him to be. There's a reason why he was all NBA, and for a while, just with his demeanor, I think people forgot that the way that he looked out there, but it's there. It's there. Everything that we knew was there is still there, and he's got a lot of good basketball in front of him, and we're going to need him to continue to keep playing at a high level to give us a chance to win. But he's been great for us.